and I am a born medium. To be a born medium means exactly what it says. I was born able to communicate with and to hear the dead. And I have been doing so since I was my entire life. I have been able to talk to the dead my entire life. That is not to say that I knew that that is what I was doing or that I knew that that's what was happening. In fact, I didn't really know what was happening. My memories of that time are sporadic, of course, but actually quite concentrated and clear. There's a strong clarity to everything that I don't want to say was subjected to, but those are the words that I hear. Now, when I say, but those are the words that I hear, being as I am at all times linked. I am at all times able to hear things beyond my own mind, which, yes, makes life somewhat confusing at times. But for the most part, I know when the information that I have in my head is mine or information that is being given to me. Because there's a lot of space in there. So I know when they're adding something that I wouldn't actually know or that I'm feeling compelled to say, because I am directed and compelled. I am used by them in a communication capacity. In other capacities as well, but mainly one of the reasons why I am here upon this earth is to help people to navigate this earth, to help bridge the gap between the spirit world and our earthly world. So being a born medium isn't enough. It's not enough to set you on the track, because it's just a bunch of confusion and voices inside of your head and faces flying at you. How are you supposed to make sense of that? It's ridiculous. So they decided to give me a bit of an owner's manual to my body. When I was 26 years old, I got literally knocked on my ass and my tailbone was broken. It was incredibly painful and it stopped everything I was doing in my life. I was unable to walk, I was unable to work, I was unable to do all the things I needed to do. It forced me to spend time with myself and it forced me to direct my attentions in other ways. I did not direct my attention in the way they wanted me to direct my attention. I became a little more obsessive compulsive, actually. I tried very, very, very hard to gain control over my life in a material manner or an outside manner. I bleached everything in my house. My house was constantly being cleaned and bleached. My dogs were walked on a very strict schedule. I put myself on a strict schedule. And lo and behold, they broke my tailbone again. They broke my tailbone a second time while I was giving birth to my first child. That time, I couldn't mess around. I had to get it done. I had a child. I needed to be able to walk. I couldn't take a year away from myself. So I had to find a way to strengthen my own spine. And I found yoga. I found the most amazing gift to the world in yoga. Yoga has become my best friend. Yoga got me through my tailbone problems and actually strengthened the area around the vertebrae. Now, I'm telling you this because yoga isn't just a form of exercise. Yoga is a movement of energy. And the breaking of the tailbone is actually an involuntary Kundalini break. When you break your tailbone, you actually send energy up throughout your body. It's actually, let's call it nature's way of kicking you in the arse and getting you to do what you need to do. And that's what it did for me the second time. Once I discovered yoga, I discovered meditation. And then I discovered that I could actually control the voices that were inside of my head. I could be the orchestrator of the communication. I could tell them when to speak. I could say, hey, I'm going to keep the dead over here. And that's what I do. And they keep to that. Well, not completely. That's not true. They have minds of their own and they don't always listen to my rules. But in order to have their communication communicated, they kind of have to adhere to my rules because that's the only way I will understand. In fact, I often say to them, give it to me like I'm stupid. That's the best way I have to get them to speak to me in the most detailed and basic fashion. Because when the dead speak, that's what it kind of sounds like, especially when it's fast. It's like they're talking to you through a nylon. Thank you so much for coming in and visiting with us today. I am so grateful that you have. I hope you've enjoyed everything that we've talked about. And if there are topics that you would like me to look into or that you would like to hear about, please feel free to contact me. My website is www.trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com www.trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com. Thank you very much. My name is Bobbi Rowntree, and I'm a spiritual medium. Namaste.